Good morning. It is now Monday the 25th of September and I'm going to do a whole heap of short videos today. So much is going on. This is a bit alarming. Obviously I've been talking a lot about the housing crisis here in Australia at the moment, which is happening everywhere around the world, or Western worlds, I should say. But this one here is it shows you exactly what their plans are. Here, the South Australian government says it will build more than 1,000 new homes and at least 20 affordable properties. So this is the South Australian government saying this. Okay, so that's taxpayer money. Think of it that way. Whenever they say the government, you're thinking taxpayer money. Okay, did you agree with that? Did you know that your taxes that you're paying were going to be funding this type of stuff? And how are you going to benefit from it? And is there going to be a good return? Or is it going to become what they call a pink elephant or a lemon when you buy a shitty car? Yeah, I think this is where this is going to be headed, because it's not going to be for what people think. Just think of how many migrants and students, international students, refugees are coming here to Australia. These people are going to get these homes. It's not going to be for the local people. It's not going to happen, man. But anyway, so the South Australian government says that blah, 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 and it's going to be built in the former brewery site, which was shut down because of COVID. Taxpayers, the big words, taxpayers have acquired 8.4 hectare site at Theberton at $61.5 million with Lime, which was, I thought Lime was a New Zealand brewing company. If you have a look at the iconic New Zealand movie Once Were Warriors, they're always drinking Lion beer, red Lion beer. But yeah, that's why I thought or assumed that it was a New Zealand beverage or company. Okay, so the state government said that construction would start in 25, with the first residents expected in 27. Okay, we're in 23. That's 2 and 4 years away. How is that going to fix the housing situation now? And could they not have spent the money better? The project will remain in heritage listed structures. The government said that it would ensure affordable housing was prioritised over profit. Well, it's taxpayers' money. But the weirdest thing is, though, and I found this really quite shocking. They've noted that it was taxpayer money. They say that here, taxpayers have acquired. I'm assuming it's South Australian taxpayers, not the all of Australia, but I don't know. Okay, now we're serious about the housing issue, and we see this site as providing other opportunities to those. The site was only 2 kilometres from the CBD, which is, I suppose, a bonus if you like being close to the city. They've got buses, trams and buses at your doorstep, and parklands across the road, and only a couple of minutes away from the CBD. Oh, that sounds like bloody fantastic, doesn't it, Bonza? Says that this is the part that got me, though. This is taxpayer money that purchased this land, right? They took the money, they gave it to Lion, who was a private enterprise, nothing to do with the government. They made alcohol, okay? So the government was making, maybe this is the backdoor of money, because here in Australia, and I know they kept raising the tariffs and the taxes, the sales duty for the purchases of beer. It kept going up. It was going up by 10%, and people are having big hissy fits over it because us Aussies love our beer. So to find that it was a beer organisation that got shut down with COVID, it's like the government's going to bail them out by, you just let it all go and we'll buy you a big parcel of land and we'll make sure that you, wink wink, get a share of the profits. Don't you worry, boys, don't you worry. So here it says, the Premier said the site would be developed by the private sectors. So you're using state government money, taxpayer money, but it's going to be developed by private enterprise, who was, like Mr. Wagner, will have all control over everything. They will organise all the contracts. They will organise all the suppliers, all of the engineers, all the architects, all the building firms will all be friends of friends, and they will all make huge profit off it. And it will probably be a shithole. It probably won't turn out to be as nice as what people think. I hope that I'm wrong, because South Australia is a pretty cool state, and I don't know. But anyway, so they're going to use it as a mixed precinct, and they're going to have, Renewal South Australia. We have to look into those and see who the hell they are. is developing the site of the old Franklin Street bus station with plans of more than 130 sociable and affordable apartments there. 130 social and affordable apartments. What's social and affordable? What does that all mean? Does that mean low class, low density, high density? Is that those 400 square or 40 square meters prisons up in the sky where, you know, if the power goes out, you're stuck up there? They're gilded cages. You're like a bird in a cage. You can't get out. You're there. It's a prison. It's a prison in the sky. So it's just, I'm just quite shocked. I can't understand why people aren't doing anything about it. But they're talking about the legacy continues. Lions, the site has been an iconic South Australian landmark since 1886, and today's announcement will ensure its legacy lives on. Yeah, bullshit. What a load of rubbish. You don't care. You're pulling all statues down. You try to demolish King Cook's, Captain Cook's cottage down in Melbourne. You tried to destroy it because of, it's about, you know, racial intolerance, it's all about colonisation. And this is the same shit. They're spouting a load of rubbish to try to make it sound like it's positive, but it's not. It's friggin' negative. This is going backwards, man. But anyway, and this woman here, good starting point. Australia, what is it? Adelaide resident Jo Slater. Look at her. No offence, but, you know, she looks like a bit of a mug, a lefty. I think 50% would be good to make it an equal social economic situation to give people affordable living closer to the city. Who wants to be close to the city, love? I guess 20% is a good starting point, but it could be higher. So she says 50%, but she will settle. She wants 50, but she'll settle at 20. So she's not even getting 50% of what she really wanted. So these people, they just roll over. This young couple, don't buy, loves. Don't. You'll end up Unified. Who's it? Unified Company. So straight away that tells you that they are propaganda. With his T-shirt. Unified Conservative. I'm pretty sure he's got this. Connective? I don't know. But whatever it is, he's a lefty. Especially being so close to the city, I think the younger people, it will hit harder. Yes, well, I don't think so. Here we go. South Australia government hopes this new development will ease Australia's housing emergency. How's it going to ease it? And it's not going to be another 2 or 4 years. Come on, use your brains. Yeah, and have to link it all to the coronavirus bullshit. Yeah, this does my head in. Yeah, it's just insane. Look at all this garbage. But anyway, we're not going to be talking about that. Oh, this is scary. China's visitors to reach pre-pandemic levels this year as federal government caps allows group travel to resume. Wow. And this here, Australia has debated this housing idea, but in Auckland, it's already working. And that's what I was talking about, line. The linkage between Australia and New Zealand, not only are they our sister, across the other end of the channel, or over the end of the bridge, or over the pond, whatever you want to call it. We are so tethered by the governments. It's insane. Yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to say anything else. Let's just have a look at this. Housing density experiment saw approvals for new. Wow, look. So there you go. All about money. So the government comes in and says, we're going to help fix, the housing crisis. All it does is create a demand. Nobody wants to rent. People want to own assets. And the prices skyrocket. And nobody gets any homing. Nobody. Where are we? Where's in houses with rents and prices expected to be moderate levels? I don't think so. Just yesterday we were told that the housing crisis here and the rental crisis, I should say, is going to continue. The demand is going to outstrip the supply, and therefore the rental prices are going to continue to grow. We're looking at approximately 7 or 8% per annum. But it's going to jump all the way up to about 15%, because when you have that scarcity People are going to be fear-mongered into paying things, and the landlords are too. They're going to think that this is their cash cow. Okay, I think of all arguments against the idea of opening up urban blocks to higher density housing, and often the debate is a hypothetical one. But the Auckland upzoning change happened in 2016. Since the blocks of lands which once a site of a single family homes that have been developed into medium and high density housing projects all over the city. Well, look what's happened to New Zealand. It's gone to shit. No offence for all the Kiwis, but it's gone to shit. But anyway, we're supposed to be talking about South Australia. So I can't believe that they're actually using taxpayer money to buy and acquire land, and then they're going to get private organisations to come in, and they are going to then profiteer. They're going to have very, very unpleasant type of surrounds, 15-minute city sort of type buildings, and they're going to be sold. Some might be maintained or retained within the government as part of their... We've made all this number of housing for low-income people, which, I don't know how that's going to work because they're not going to be social. When they say social, they mean like housing commission. And I don't know if you're going to spend, $1 million, and in that thing yesterday it says, it's $500,000 for 40 square metres in a prison, then why are you going to spend over $1 million when you've got housing commission, which, no offence against the people in housing commission, everybody does it hard. But, it's mixing different types of scenarios, and that is not a positive situation. Because, a lot of the people in housing commission that get priority housing are people with mental illness. They're people that can't function on their own. They need to be in a group sort of type environment. I'm talking about group homes. I'm talking about a group community. And when you put that in the midst of people that have spent a lot of money, put their own money up for a new dream home, and it turns out to be a shithole home, and you just have to look what's happened in Melbourne, down in, say, Brighton, a few areas along the bay down in Melbourne where, they've bought probably BlackRock. BlackRock is probably, and Vanguard have got a lot to do with this, I'm sure. But down in Melbourne, they have some situations down there along the bay. As I said, very, very exclusive homes, and a lot of them were purchased and were turned into high-density, low, flat-pack sort of homes for people that, let's just say these people, if you were a landlord, you wouldn't rent to these people. So that's all I'm going to say. So South Australia, you're paying for all of this. You will never benefit from it. And your taxpayer money, because it's a taxpayer initiative, means that forever the maintenance, upkeep, their taxes, any insurances, any registrations, anything, could be anything, is going to be paid for by the tax, because it is a tax investment by the government. Aren't they great looking after us? But anyway, take care, look after yourselves. As you can see, I've got a whole heap up here to go through. This is just number one. I'm going on a rant today. Take care, look after yourselves, look after your animals and your bloody family, not your bloody family, but your beautiful family, because the world's gone to shit. It's absolutely gone to shit. So Godspeed to all. Godspeed.